Hello everyone, and welcome to a vlog. Yeah, so this is going to be a very interesting experience. I've never done proper vlogs before. I've done videos of me going out and recording a few things that have happened, but an actual vlog is new for me, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit worried because I'm not used to doing this, but this is something I want to give a try, and here's to hoping that more of these take off in the future, because this one in particular actually has some success to it. Sunlight. Finally getting out of the colder months. I mean, look at that light! So what am I actually going to be doing in this vlog? Well, I am going to be heading off to Melksham and Corsham here in the UK. And I recently discovered another LEGO YouTuber who lives in a similar region who visited those areas. And there are some toy shops that apparently have some old and retired LEGO sets. That is something I really want to see. You do find some odd toy shops here in the UK. It's nothing like America where you got stuff like Goodwill, for example. We don't have massive sells a bit of everything, who knows what you can find in there sort of shops. And after discovering that these shops existed in Melksham and Corsham, I thought, I've got to give this a go. There's two toy shops in Melksham in particular that I discovered on the same street. So that should be really cool to actually visit. So we go into one and straight away we're into another. Who knows how much money I'm going to be spending, but I suppose we'll find out later on. How do you do camera angles with this thing? Would you do it that way? So the trip itself is planned, but I don't really know what we're going to be getting there. I'm going to be going there with my dad, but this is a visit that itself is planned. What we're getting, we have no idea. Since it's getting sunny again, I want to quickly show off a thing. Look at that. Yeah, so that is supposed to be a shield against the sun. It's not showing it off at its best at the moment, but as the day goes on, we are going to see the sunlight kind of hit that shelf area where I've got my Fallout stuff on display. And because the sun's coming out and because I can't really do too much with the window, I thought, you know what, let's try and figure out some way to keep some of the things safe. And a big old Lego, look at my arm, look at the sun, we got sunlight again. The colder months have come and gone. Well, not really. But you know, we're getting sun back, so that's a good thing. You will also have noticed some stuff in the background. Again, this is where I'm trying to figure out angles with vlogging. This is something I've never done before. This is so weird looking at it through the screen. But may as well point this out. All that is the Emerald Champion parted. It's completely taken apart. And I'm going to get started on making the new one only in time for the 10th anniversary of the model. I'm not going to start making this like tomorrow or something like that. I'm going to put this all back up with the appropriate parts, and then I'm going to get on with the rebuild. God, my arm is getting tired, you know, having to hold up the camera like this for so long. It's only been a few minutes. Another thing worth pointing out, did a January 1st run to the Lego shop, and I will be doing a sort of, what do you call it, like a haul overview, I suppose, of some of the sets I got. So after the visits to the toy shops in Melksham and Corsham, I will show off everything I got there as well as all of this in one go. So that is the plan of action. I can only hope I walk home with something from those toy shops, at least one thing, that'd be pretty cool. Even if it's a small set, that'd be fine. I'm not too big into sets, but I got to be honest, I am starting to get a few more. One of the sets there I will show off later on is a pretty big one. It was something I originally planned to get for the layouts. Sets in particular I'm starting to get more fond of. The dragons. I have a space to display them. There we go. Vlogging, yeah, right. But yeah, I love my dragon setup. Let me show that again because that's actually really cool. I love my dragon setup. I got a few dragons early on from the original wave of Ninjago back in 2011, and having missed them out for so long, again, because I never really cared for getting sets, I didn't get any more. But now they're looking really good, so I got a nice display area. I do have another dragon set down there by the Lego bag, and that is something I'm going to have to figure out where to put because that space is full. Oh dear. Seriously, look at all the parts. Look at all the tiles. That's so many. I knew I had to use a lot to make an articulated engine, but god damn. 1x4s, 1x6s and 1x8s. There's absolute loads in there. Oh, it's so amazing to see how many are actually here because this saves me having to make another bricklink order in the future. Same with all the bricks. I mean, look at all the black bricks. My god. That's where they all went. Ay, ay, ay. There's a few other bits in particular that I think are quite interesting. I realised, oh yeah, I got those. And these pipe pieces. Now, these were originally bought for a sort of more fantasized version of the Hogwarts Express. But that never came to pass, and they went on the Emerald Champion instead. But look at all those parts. I have so many parts back. Yes, I love it. My favourite thing of all of these, the bricks and the tiles are one thing, but all of these plates. Oh my god, yes. I have all my plates back. Love it. Not sponsored. So once I have this opportunity of, doing this video here and now, I may as well make something known real quick, and that is in the past few days I've been going through my channel and I have been setting so many videos to private. These are very old videos that have very poor quality, basically, of the actual videos themselves. Some of the models in those older videos are not representative of the models I can make today, and that's part of the reason why they were set to private. But it's also things like blurry camera, shaky camera, me stuttering and repeating lines. It was so awful, because there was one video in particular, I can't remember which one it was, but I got stuck on, I had so many tabs open, go to video editor, set to private, video editor, set to private, kind of repeating that process. And one of them played, and the audio was just the worst. Oh, it was actually me talking, but you could barely hear it, and then I accidentally put my hand over the microphone so you couldn't hear me even less. Oh my god. How was that video even made? I know why, because that was teenage me excited, here's a model I made, please have a look at it. But now I'm trying to be more careful, trying to be more professional going forwards. And all of that has basically been explained in better detail on my community tab. So I encourage you to have a look at the community tab on my channel to read all of the details there. One more thing I may as well show you, just because I showed you some of the Emerald Champion stuff going on down there, are all of the parts I have been acquiring over Bricklink orders to actually make Hercules. This isn't all the parts, obviously. So for example, I'm going to need a lot more black parts to actually make the hull, as well as some more slope bricks to actually expand it and make it wider. I have all of that in drawers next to me here. The black bricks themselves, they're in other boxes I keep down there. But these are actually worth keeping aside because, these are massive. And these pieces in particular, we've got some yellow bricks, we've got some round bricks for the actual smokestack. The stars on the side are Captain America shields, which is, in its own way, it's kind of clever. But there's loads of, if I actually take the bricks out, a nice big bag of clean yellow bricks. Isn't that just wonderful? I don't know about anybody else, but when it comes to yellow bricks in particular, buying new is always the right move. Because I bought used yellow bricks on Bricklink a few times in the past, and they looked like they were 30 years old, left in some dingy minging box. They looked absolutely awful, and they were being sold at a price as if they were new clean bricks. It's like, how are you going to try and get away with that? How are you not even going to make it known that these are old bricks, they're dirty, it's obvious? The little hole, well not hole, but a spot rather, where the injection molding needle actually is inserted into the machine to mold the brick in the first place. Older bricks have that so obvious on the siding, you can't really clean it up or do anything about it. Yeah, so there's things like that where it kind of gets on my nerves, but I suppose there's a lesson learned and you get a bit more wisdom when it comes to Bricklink shopping going forwards. But yeah, Hercules is slowly but surely on his way. But right now, Hercules looks like this. Oh dear. One day, he will be built. The sun's coming out a bit more. Look at that shield. That Lego bag shield. It's working. I've had to reposition it a few times to get it in the sort of right position. But look at that. It's so daft. But you can't complain when it works.
Yourself? Yeah, right. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're just logging on. I'm back on Wednesdays and things, so we're able to just plod on with it. We're getting there. We are. Well, I don't need anything unless you've got that bloody crocodile thing. The one you got the 12k eggs. Okay. That's the only one I need. So if you want to trade anything for anything, have you got, look in your crate collection. Because the next set's out end of February as well. We'll all have his battle side pack. I'll get everything you can get. There you go. I'll give you a pound.
So that is the visit all done. The shopping trip for today has been completed, and in a pretty good time as well. We got back in time for lunch, and I still have the rest of the day to enjoy, which is just wonderful. So the first item is Benny's Spaceman set thingy. This is not something I would really go for. There's a lot of things I got today. Well, I say a lot of things. There were a few things I looked at and thought, I'm not really someone for this sort of thing. But every now and then, when I look at a set, I kind of look at it and go, you know what, that's actually quite cool. You know, it's nice for the sake of having it. And this was one of them. I saw this and I thought, you know what, spacemen, they're always really treasured. They're very much looked after. And I don't actually have any, old or new, so it's not too much of an issue for me really to kind of go for original ones. But even then, some Benny, what's this actually called? Benny's Space Squad, that's what it is. But we get 4 space minifigures, and that's basically me sorted. I don't need any more, that'll do for me just fine. Lovely stuff, that. This next one is a bit weird for me in a way, because where is this going to go? Well, mainly it's going to stay in the box, but at the same time, this reminded me of the Lego Atlantis sets all those years ago. Was that 2011? Must have been. But yeah, this is something that kind of got me thinking, because, you know, again, Lego Atlantis, it was something I really enjoyed. It's a shame it only lasted for as long as it did. It wasn't exactly a big line, but at the same time, just looking at the city submarine pack, it looks really cool. And the last one is, of course, a dragon. Lovely stuff. This is Jay's Cyber Dragon from Ninjago. Another Ninjago dragon in the collection. Lovely stuff. However, this, like the other one I'm going to be showing off later on, might not get built on the basis that the storage space that I showed off earlier in the video, which is up there, is currently full. But I saw this, I thought, you know what, another dragon, I want to walk out with something, so let's get this one, why not? And with the footage of me actually being in one of the shops that you saw before this whole set show off little bit of the video, that was the shop it was in. All those glass cabinets had some nice stuff in there. That train set in particular was quite interesting, but it's just wasn't worth it for that price. But those sort of things were definitely worth it. And yeah, nice little purchases, that. As for what I got in the Lego shop, the first one was more dragons. Lovely. This looks really cool. It's this kind of bulky round section here, kind of in the torso chest area of the dragon. That just looks really cool, and I absolutely dig that. So like I said with the other dragon sets, this cannot be built at the moment because the display space I actually have for this is currently full. I am not too sure how I'm going to rearrange that area to kind of allow this to fit. I don't want to open this and start building until I've got that figured out. But this looks really good. I love the kind of purple and green look to it. Of course it's Lloyd, because Lloyd gets all the good stuff. But even then, as a dragon set, it looks really good. So that was the 4th thing I've bought in the past few days I've done Lego shopping. This is items 5 and 6, and look, I can explain, okay? So when this set was first announced, I did not care for it at all. I mean, being someone who builds a lot of custom trains, this does not appeal to me at all. But there are people out there who will look at this and go, oh, that's quite nice, you know. People calling this micro scale it doesn't feel right. Micro scale is something that's really, really, you know, micro scale cities, it's basically a few plates in a few different colors and shapes. That basically represents a vehicle. That's micro scale. This is more mini scale, at least to me. But, so why did I get this? Well, again, it was more so for the sake of just having it. Again, I do a lot of custom train stuff. Obviously, you're a long-time subscriber, you would know that. But I just couldn't help myself. I thought, you know what, let's just grab one. Well, grab 2 rather, because, you know, it's one end and you can put the 2 together to make the long one. clever marketing gets you. Right, anyway, yeah, I've got them, so that's something I have to live with now. Okay, box, big. So this is the last set that I purchased, and it is the Ideas Treehouse. Look at this, it's absolutely amazing. By the way, I can't lift this up any further because it's colliding with the sloped ceiling I have here. And again, this is a very clumsy, clunky corner, so I do apologise. I'm also leaning back on my chair all the way, so it's not the best. I could probably still talk about it with my head behind it, but you might not be able to hear me as clearly, and yeah, again, awkward stuff. But anyways, so this was a January 1st purchase. I think in 2022 this is now a retired set. I need to double check that. But this is something I've gone back and forth on because, again, I'm not someone who really goes for sets, but every time I saw this I thought, you know what, that does look really good. I can make a section of my layouts that's all trees and shrubbery and greenery and just have this in the center. That would be very cool. But I have no idea how I'm going to pull that off. I have the space to be able to make the layout in the first place. That's all been measured and kind of made to be able to fit on tables in a much more easier way, so I don't have to go an extra table deep because, again, complications. My layout is massive enough as it is. I don't need more complications like this. But at the same time, I have the sets now, and I'm actually quite happy with it. So that is it for this vlog, and I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, that means I'm actually pretty good at this. It wasn't cringy enough for you to want to kind of stop watching halfway through. I did try to include a few bloopers and outtakes, and there were a few silly things I did on purpose to try and make it a bit more humanizing. This is my first ever vlog when I'm actually holding the camera like this. It feels so weird, and my arm is aching again. I've only been doing this for a few minutes, and already my arm is getting tired. I don't know how many more vlogs I'm going to be doing in the future. I would like to try and do some more of these in the future anyways, because this sort of interaction, this sort of humanizing moment is really good for myself and the channel and the interaction I have with my subscribers. But it's more so on the basis that's actually getting out and going to places is not something I do too often. I'm very much someone who has things ordered in. I have all the stuff I need to do here, so trips and visits are a bit more of a rarity, but maybe every now and then I can probably get something recorded. So that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.